Could this be the best video game movie of all time? Well, let's talk about it, folks. Let's jump into my review of the new film, Gran Turismo. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel today for another review. And today we're going to be reviewing the new film Gran Turismo, coming to theaters August 25th. Go watch this film. It is incredible. And truly, to date, this is my favorite live action video game adaptation. I would throw in there Sonic, I would throw in there Super Mario Brothers. But truly, when it comes to live action video game adaptation, oh, the bar has gotten so much higher with this one. This one was fantastic. And while I could be a little biased because I truly grew up on this game, I have a very special place in my heart with this game, this franchise. A lot of my childhood with my friends was really based and centered around this game. So seeing this, I have to say that I'm extremely proud. They did a fantastic job. This film, beyond it being a video game movie, it's just a fantastic movie. And beyond it just being a movie, if you want to throw it into a genre, like a great action movie, when it comes to the cars, fantastic. And a movie that has a lot of heart. But most importantly, this film was very self-aware and it never deviated. And that's really important because when you come into some of these car films, you know, there's moments where you want to kind of sample things from other films. Like easily you say, what can I get from Fast and Furious that could actually work here? Or, you know, you could think about like Need for Speed. What made I want to borrow from that? But no, Gran Turismo is certainly not trying to or identifies as any of those other films. It is truly very self-aware, and it's based on a true story, which just makes it so much more cool. But talking about the cast, from David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, the list goes on and on here, but just to throw some names out there, Yosha from A Wheel of Time, who's like one of our bad guys in this film, which was kind of funny seeing him in that dynamic. You have Djimon Hounsou as the dad here, who brings a certain element to this film. That was definitely we're going to talk about here, but it is truly about our lead here in Archie Madekwe, who you know, comes off of one of my favorite series in C, which I hope they do some level of a spin-off where he returns here. But he is our lead character in Jann. I just want to start off by saying that Jann, while this film is based about this young man, now grown adult, he also does appear in the film because he does all of his own stunts. He is his own stunt double, so that's really, really cool. But Archie is just really taking his acting to the next level with this film, because with Jann is a gamer. He plays GT, Gran Turismo, all the time. He has thousands of hours on the game. And while it's not just a game, it is the best, the most realistic simulator when it comes down to vehicles, cars, racing, the sorts. GT is the bar. It is the standard here. And he is one of the best gamers in the world. Eventually discovers that he is truly the best gamer in the world. And with that being said, I think the film starts off by really understanding the construction of the game, why the game is authentic, why the game gets to label itself as the best racing simulator in all video games, because of just the engineering, all of the folks involved in making the game become what it is. But that wasn't enough, because while that was a mark that it needed to reach, they had another goal, and that brings in Orlando Bloom's character Danny, who's just a businessman, by the way. He's a little bit of a prick himself, but he wants to prove that this game actually works. So he wants to take the best gamer and giving the best sim racers in the world an opportunity of a lifetime to train at the GT Academy, which then will allow them to race against professional racers in the world. This sounds nuts, but it truly was, one, a marketing tool, but also a means of showing that the game is just that authentic. If you actually could play this game at the highest level possible, you should be able to compete with a professional racer. I listen, if you out here playing UFC 4 and you think you the best in the game, you think you about to get in there with just anybody in any degree, not even a champion, just anybody, think again. But truly, this is based on a true story. So like, this is like the most impossible story that is so inspiring. I think there's two things that kind of motivates me here. One, it motivates you to never give up on your dreams, because Jann basically was told in every direction that this was never going to work for him. His parents wanted him to chase an academic career. His brother teased him all the time. I mean, everywhere he looked, somebody was trying to discourage him for following his and achieving his dreams. And all he wants to do was just be a driver. He wanted to be a professional race car driver, and understanding the story as to why his connection with his dad, and just really chasing that dream to make his dad proud was such a touching and emotional part of this story. The dad never believed in him to no extent, but he continued to stay motivated. And again, with thousands of hours of this game and everyone insisting it's not real, he just stayed beyond motivated. He wasn't going to let anything stop him. He stood up for himself at all times, and he continued to prove that he belonged. So I think, listen, I think if you love racing, you love cars, the car moments in this movie just felt so heightened. I mean, it's so intense, and there's so many close calls that you just really connect with some of these moments in the game, in the movie. And I keep talking about the game because they did have these game overlays that were pretty cool. I actually enjoyed it. And with that, while we're talking about game and stuff, there was a lot of practical stuff. I would say like 95% of the stuff was practical. The only thing that was really CGI is where they kind of showed this transition from him sitting in his gaming rig into actually sitting in the car seat. And they just showed like the deconstruction of the car and then the car being reconstructed, which is all CGI work, putting them back on the track. So like, I thought that like, that was really cool. By the way, Nissan marketed the hell out of this. I mean, there was nothing but Nissan vehicles, Muranos, 370s. I'm surprised they didn't show the new Z. And then Godzilla himself, the GTR, which is absolutely a beast. And if you had any doubts about how beast of a car it is, well, this movie puts that all to bed, because it affirms you that it's one of the badass cars on the road today. Need to give me one of them. But talking about another character here, David Harbour's character Jack is really, first of all, David is just amazing. His sarcasm, his humor, his aha moments, how brutally honest his character was, but also being able to connect with Jann. I just thought it was just really special. I thought David really was the star of this film. I think he sort of is like a background character initially in this film, but the second and third act, it's all David, man. It's all David. But I gotta talk about the production. First of all, the music is amazing. The soundtrack, all the way from Kenny G, all the way to the UK drill music. Like they hit it all here. The Kenny G thing is hilarious. You'll know when you watch it. And then like when it came down to the cinematographies, like they had, as I mentioned, the video game overlays, but they had these different camera views, just like in the video games, whether you're in the cockpit, whether you're overhead, whether you had the high aerial, they had all of that. And it truly brings the essence of the game alive, which is just chef's kiss here. Cinematography masterclass, truly, because not only does this bring this racing action to life, but like it really puts you in the seat, in the cockpit of these races. I mean, you're getting these pavement shots, you're getting these behind the wheel shots, and I mean, it's just literally the edge of your seat. I was truly on the edge of my seat, but you truly are going to be on the edge of your seat, anticipating the action, the turns, hearing the engines roar, the turbos spooling. You're getting it all here. I mean, it's really that good. It really is. And I think there's a particular scene where a car crash happens and they put the camera inside of it. Oh my goodness. It's so good. But beyond that, in the different set locations, you're hitting so many different cities across the world. You're getting to see these iconic racetracks from all over the world. So they really did a good job in taking us truly and bringing us into the essence of the game, but taking us all across the world as professional racers do. So it makes you actually feel like a racer. And again, that's like the motivational thing, because either now you want to go be a racer or you want to go play the game. But either way, you're going to want to do something because of what this game, that adrenaline that pumps in your vein because of this movie here. But beyond that too, I think again Orlando as this businessman, Danny, he's a little bit of a prick. Yosha's character, Nicholas, a little bit of a prick as a villain as well. But nonetheless, Gran Turismo is just fantastic, folks. I truly cannot wait to see this again. Obviously, by watching this, I wanted to make sure I got my notes, so I felt like, I was very engaged and very much invested, but still taking notes. I just want to be able to sit back, kick back, and just watch the film and enjoy it, because whether you are a hardcore video gamer, whether you love Gran Turismo, whether you love cars, whether you don't, I think this film truly is special and everyone can enjoy it from beginning to end. There is non-stop action, engines roaring, beautiful, fantastic cars, the architecture, the engineering, all these sorts of different things. And then when you talk about the production, the cinematography, the soundtrack, the score, the action, all of it all comes together. What a fantastic film. And as I said, this film is based on a real person, Jann, who does his own stunts. So I mean, like, hello now, the stunts are legit, so you know that the action is going to be amazing. Without a doubt, this is going to be one of my favorite films of the year. It certainly is my favorite video game live action adaptation right now. We're going to see who's going to be able to dethrone this. Right now, it ain't looking good. This is sitting up top, lovely in first place. But we'll see what happens. But you folks, go check out Gran Turismo in theaters August 25th. Get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about this one when you check it out. And as always, stay tuned for more reviews very soon. Thank you for watching, folks.